Howdy y'all, this is CJ here and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing the part 2 for Fanhome's Millennium Falcon. Let's get started. Alright, let's start off with looking at the book. You can see right here, it's part 2. It's got a nice cover of the Millennium Falcon. Let's open it up. As just like the last one, you get like backstory of the Millennium Falcon characters and such. Introduction panel, center console. So it kind of shows you what some of the features are that were in on the console of the Millennium Falcon. And then next we have the assembly guide and what you get in your next set of parts. So the second tray, you get this let's see here, you get the quad laser turret. So that's what that's showing right there. That's what we built last time. But you show the mount and like the window that you would look through. The hologram board, the instrument panel, and the hull frames. So then what's neat is that you actually get a color-coded screw, kind of a guide for what each screw is meant for and whatnot. But let's get started on the build. So right now, in part 2, we're going to be building part of the hull frame. So let's bring in our parts. So we need these 4 pieces right here, and they are metal, as you can hear. And we are going to be needing these braces here. Let's open it up, kind of dump them out. Kind of spread them out a little bit so we can see what's going on. See what's what. Actually, let's push these off to the side so we're not, so when we turn the page we won't have to deal with it after that. But so let's see here. We start off with this piece here, flip it over, and as you can probably see, I don't know how well it comes in the camera, but there's little grooves right here where these brackets are going to sit. You need a screwdriver, and then we're going to need these screws. So let's dump out the screws right over here. Alright. So in the last video, I didn't do a very good job of keeping everything in frame. So I am hopefully going to be able to do that a little bit better in this video. So let's start off with this piece here, and then we are going to need this angular piece, kind of got like a Z pattern to it. Let's figure out how they want it lined up. So we're actually going to need this piece here, this 2-hole piece, a screw. We're going to be fastening, actually, let's look here. Okay, so we don't need that part just yet. We need this roundish piece. That's what I get for jumping ahead, or assuming. And we're just going to be installing this 2-piece right here. Take a look. So alright, so let's go ahead and put this. Actually, before we do that, let's grab some oil. Set that right there. And then let's grab the screw. The oil is just there to help kind of make your life a little bit easier when screwing things into metal. So let's just slightly dip it in oil, and then let's just screw this piece right onto there. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Let's make sure that it's on there properly. Yep, all right. Like I said, you don't want to go too tight because then you'll strip it. Then you want a 4 piece like right here, and then you want to screw that in. Dunk a little bit of oil. And then screw this piece in. There. All right. Next, we are going to be bringing in this piece. Make sure that nothing's different. Yep. This piece right here. And we want to screw this on to these pieces right here like such. So let's grab our screw. There we go. Dunk it in some oil. And then let's start screwing these into place. There. Now, let's make sure this is good. No oil. And let's screw these right into place. There. Alright, so that's how that's supposed to look so far. So you got this 4 post right here, and then you got a 2 hole right there holding this part of the frame in together. So let's go ahead and turn the page and continue on. So next, we need to attach this one. Let's get a little bit closer. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's got 4 holes, and you want to attach them to this piece, this corner right down here. So let's grab the screw. A little bit of oil, and let's see here, just kind of hold that in place and just move that. There we go. There. Alright, next part is putting a 2-hole, putting this bracket right there. I just lost the screw. There it is. I'm getting some oil. And let's try. There we go. Alright, I got it in there, so let's just straighten that out. Alright, that's about as good as that's going to get. So, you got now 2 more brackets right there for the frame, to which we are now going to attach to this one. How are we going to do that? We're going to do it like so. So it's going to sit like that. So let's get the screw in place and a little bit of oil. Let's kind of use one part, use this frame to hold down the other one while we screw this in. Make sure everything's lined up. There. Alright. Let's put the next screw in. There we go. Alright. So now what we need to do is go onto this side and put in, correct? Correct. Put a square in right here. Then we're going to put the rectangular piece right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab our screws. This one's going to be probably a little bit more challenging since it's up in the air. Yep, just that. Alright, let's try doing it this way. Alright. Because the parts are small, they're a little tricky to maneuver around. There we go. Alright. There. It's a little loose still, so let's see if we can't tighten it a little bit. There. That's better. Alright, let's give this one a little tighten. See if we can't tighten this one up. There we go. Alright. Let's load up another screw into the screwdriver and then put our rectangular piece on. I lost the screw. Let's get this right on there. bit of oil. Don't need a lot, just need just a little. A little bit goes a long way. Alright, so let's tighten that up. There. Alright. So now, let's find where I'm at. There we go. Alright, bring in this piece here and attach it to the rest of the frame like so. With some more screws. So alright. There. Now let's bring this in. Let's start with this one. And just screw that in. There. Now let's grab another screw. So the head of the screwdriver seems to be just slightly bigger than what the heads in these screw heads, but it seems to be doing the job well enough. Let's screw this in. Make sure everything's going in properly. Alright, so we're having some issues. With this last screw. Seems to not want to go in properly, so let's take the screw out real quick. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Take a look at the screw. Seems to be everything's in line. Let's try this again. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. But screws in place now. It's not going to go anywhere. And the next part is the instructions say to basically, if you want, go ahead and take this part right here and let's just put it on here like such. Put it on correctly. Make sure it's lined up like this. Make sure the two holes are in the place. We're not screwing this in just yet, but we're just making sure it fits. It just seems to be. So let's go ahead and pull this out. Set this off to the side. Let's go ahead and set this off to the side. We're done with this for now. And let's focus on the next part, which is the assembly of the hologram board. So we're going to need this piece right here, which is metal as well. It's like a die cast metal. Not going to hear much because it's pretty solid. But we're going to take this, and then we're going to take this checkerboard piece, and we're going to attach it right there. So, how they want you to do it is they want you to have it lined up like so. So that's what we're going to do. Let's grab my tweezers here. Little tweezers right here. And let's pull the backing off. Assuming that I can. There we go. Just get it started. Alright. I'm just going to hold it with the tweezers while I line up the board. Alright, there we go. So basically there's little indents here from where the controllers are for the game board. And you want this line from the white and the black. You want it lined up with this edge here. Once you got it set in there, you're good to go. Just remember, let the Wookiee win. Alright, so next part would be the assembly, applying the instrumental panel. Or instrument panel, sorry. Not instrumental, instrument. So we're gonna need this piece here, which is basically like the floor of the cockpit. And then you're gonna need this here, which will be your control panel. I don't know how well that comes in on camera, but that's what that is. Then you want to, so the way it's showing is it's showing you that it's supposed to sit a certain way. Okay, so it's showing that these two pegs here on the bottom, I don't know how well you can see, but there's two little pegs right here. So these will go into these two holes right at the front. Now let's just do a dry fit. I'm not going to push it in all the way, but it seems to look good. So let's pull this off. Set that off to the side. And then let's bring in the control panel sticker. Which I need to remember what I did with. There it is. Bring in the control panel sticker. Kind of looks like this. Let's see if it'll focus. Focus. It's not gonna focus. But you kind of get the idea. Alright. Now this does have holes in it as well. Kind of like the back panel of the cockpit. So, but these ones are a little bit bigger. So you're going to be able to see. You're going to be able to clearly see the holes in this one. So let's go ahead and pull the backing off this sticker. And then let's nicely put this on. Put this into place. Alright. So it's going to bend a little bit. Let's try and get this on here nicely. Try to line everything up. There. And I'm going to start from the top because that's where the holes are. And I'm just going to slide my finger down and kind of hopefully get everything lined up properly. So far it looks good. Like last time, I'm going to shine it up to one of the lights just to make sure all the holes are lined up properly. Make sure all the lights are coming through. Yep. Alright. So we got this lined up. Oop, dropped it. Got it lined up. Got it folded into the panel. And then let's just put this right back on for a second. Just push this on. Then let's bring in our back wall. And it says that it looks like you're able to at least somewhat put this on. Just take a look. You'll end up gluing it later. You'll end up gluing it in place later, so kind of show you what it will look like, kind of. So personally, I think that looks pretty cool. But let's pull that off, pull this apart, and set this off to the side. And it says the quad laser turret assembly. That's just the kind of showing you what it would look like once the turret's on there. And that's it for that. Alright, so we just completed part 2 of Fanhome's Millennium Falcon. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and then hit that bell so you can get notified when I next post a video. If you want to do this model yourself, there will be a link in my description down below. You can go to the Fanhome site and check it out for yourself. If you liked the music that was playing in the background during this video, I will put a link in the description down below for the artist who created that music. The artist's name is Dave Bronze. He does a Celtic prog rock music in inspiration of Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. If you enjoyed that music, go ahead and check out his YouTube videos. He also has a merchandise shop, and you can check out really good music. But in the meantime, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next part. Bye.